Hi there, my name is Richard Becker. I'm one of the principal software engineers for Prominent Edge, and today I'm going to be giving you a quick demo of some of the work we've done integrating Open Sensor Hub with Mage. For those of you who aren't familiar, I'm currently at the Mage admin landing page. If you get lost or if you don't know how to get here, you can always come to it by clicking this gear icon up in the right hand corner. For those of you who are familiar, you'll notice there's now a new card added for sensor servers. Go ahead and click that. And similar to layers, this is where we'd see a listing of all the available sensor servers. We haven't added any, so let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to come here and give this server a brief name. For the URL for the server, I'm going to go ahead and use the public endpoint at sensiasoft.net:8181. For those of you who are familiar with Open Sensor Hub, you probably recognize this as the public endpoint that a lot of their demos run off of. Now, once you have the URL entered, you can go ahead and click Get Sensors, and Mage will go out to that server and show us all the available sensors. Mage is smart enough to keep track of when new sensors have been added or disconnected from the server each time you query it. So if I click this again, it now says, hey, all this stuff's old news, we've seen it before. For each sensor, you'll see the name as well as a description and also the time range available for this offering. So we'll go ahead and click this. Now Mage is smart enough to pick up from the sensor time range if it's a live offering, if it's an archived offering, or if it offers the choice between the two. To enable a sensor, you probably saw as I did there, you just click this button over here. And you want to be sure to select properties off the sensor. This one only has one for the sensor location, so we'll go ahead and click that. The next sensor is a simulated weather sensor. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. This one has offerings for both live and archive data. For now, I'm going to select live. If you choose archive, you can come in here and select a time range. You'll want to make sure it falls within the range available up here. But like I said, for now we're going to select live, and I'll go ahead and add this one property for weather, which is basically all these values smashed together. And then last but not least, let's go ahead and take this GPS and video data from an Android phone. I'm going to enable this sensor. Now this one only has an archived offering. If you, like I said, enter an invalid time range, like if I say, hey, the start times happens before there was ever sensor data, you'll notice we get a warning. I'll go ahead and set that back. And for this one, we'll go ahead and take the video frame, the location data, and also the orientation. Some of these sensors are actually conglomerates of other sensors or other endpoints, for lack of a better term. If any of them don't work, or if you get a message like this when you try to turn it on, no worries, the software is behaving as it should. We just didn't have the time to support these right now, but they will be in future versions. I'll go ahead and just add a quick description. And once you click save, you'll be brought to the actual page for the sensor server. You'll notice again, for those of you who've used Mage, this is very familiar when you add a layer. We need to add this sensor to an event. So I'll go ahead and click Add to Event. And now when we go to Mage, when we actually come out to the client app by clicking up here in the upper left, we'll see all of our sensors available. We'll see them listed out as layers as well, so I can come over here and hide and show different sensors. We can view sensor data by clicking on a particular one. And it takes a little bit to load sometimes just because it's all based off WebSockets, and so the handshake has to occur. But we'll notice for our Android device here, we're getting the video frame, and we're pulling in data for location and also its orientation. I'll come over here to the simulated GPS, and we'll see values start to populate here for it. And if we zoom into the map here, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, we can actually see it updating its location on the map as it gets data and moves. Now, some sensors, such as the weather one I added earlier, that don't have location data, they're currently just being drawn at the 0, 0 location, so we'll see data gets updated for the sensor, but it doesn't actually move anywhere. So if you have a couple of these, you may need to hide and show just to get to the one you want in case they're overlapped on top of each other. Anyways, that about wraps it up for the quick demo. Thank you for your time, and hope you enjoyed.